Phantom's Fact YouTube channel. I'm back with another review, and this week's second review is going to be another horror film. This is of Terrifier 2, released this year in 2022, starring Lauren Lavera, David Howard Thornton, Samantha Scafidi, Griffin Sopitendrio, Elliot Fulham, and Chris Jericho. And this was directed by Damien Leone, and obviously it's the follow-up film of his first, well, not his first film, but the first Terrifier, released in 2016. My opinions on that film is that I thought that it had some interesting slasher moments, but I feel like a lot of it was padded out, and Art the Clown and the gore in that really did stand out to me, and in this one, all of that is kicked to 11. Obviously, what happens is Art the Clown is resurrected from sinister entity, magic, demonic shit. Then he returns 1 year later to stalk a sister and her brother on Halloween night, as they seem to have a connection, as destiny lines up to her to maybe be the one who can take out Art the Clown for the final time. So obviously, as I said, the first Terrifier I think is okay. Art the Clown is a standout. David Howard Thornton is still fucking amazing as this character, even in this film. He is so good at miming things, because Art the Clown doesn't talk, and he is still fucking scary at the same time. That's one of my favorite things about this character, is that David Howard Thornton can really land the funny moments with him, but also there are some fucking brutal-ass moments with this character, and in this movie, bigger budget, bigger body count, better gore than the first one. I think Damien Leone has improved himself as a director since the first one. This movie is very stylized and has a lot of fun moments of just like dream sequences of Art the Clown, or just sequences in general of Art the Clown being creepy as fuck and then murdering and brutalizing the shit out of a motherfucker, which that's what you want to see. And you know what? This movie fucking delivers in that retrospect, and I fucking love it for that. And there are other aspects of this film other than Art the Clown that works. Lauren Lavera as Sienna, she really is a really good fucking final girl in this. She is so good at acting in this. She reminds me a lot of Anya Taylor-Joy in some moments. But no, she's fucking killing it in this movie. I at first thought that her acting was a bit off, but then I realized why she acted like that, and especially the connection she had with her father, who killed himself, and he like predicted the future through his drawings that she was going to defeat Art the Clown and shit like that. I love all that stuff. It really does work, and she even gets like a Red Sonja Valkyrie-esque costume later on in the film, because this movie takes place during Halloween. Really wish I reviewed this during the Halloween season and not afterwards, but whatever. And she starts to fight back against Art the Clown. Great cinematography in this, some great color correction. You know what also really impressed me about this movie is the fucking score. This score is such a send-up to classic synthy 80s slasher scores. And the movie's 2 hours and 30 minutes, and you would think that would make it be padded, but no, this movie doesn't seem to drag in a lot of moments. I really did relatively stay engaged and interested, mainly because Art the Clown would appear and you would have a good fucking scene of him either brutalizing somebody or being funny as shit at the same time. It's such interesting juxtaposition that some scenes in this where he's gorily handing out pieces of candy out of a severed woman's head to children, that's funny, but then you have other scenes of him slowly murdering some chick, and it's genuinely fucked up. And the final girl in this, Sienna, is very well done. The other side characters, I could take or leave. The mom in this, she's very over the top, which I wasn't the biggest fan of, because her acting really wasn't selling me. She was like a drunk, angry, pissed mom, and I get that they were maybe going for like an over-the-top, goofy vibe with her, but she really didn't work for me. The moments that she did work were the serious moments with Sienna in this, and the actress who's playing Sienna is really kicking ass, as I said in this. She is so good. there are just so many little facial reactions and insanely likable moments with her that you immediately get attached to her. And especially because she has this dream sequence with this clown cafe song shit that reminds me of some fucking like Sleepaway Camp 2 other type of crap like that, and I fucking love that. How it's just fucking Art pulls a Tommy gun and starts fucking murderizing everybody. That's what I love about this character as a slasher, is that David Howard Thornton and especially Damon Leone do so many different creative things with a new slasher villain, with this new slasher character Art. For one, he is fucking brutal as all hell, and he does other things that you wouldn't see other slasher villains do. He goes to the laundromat to clean his clothes. He has guns and shoots people with them. It's really fucking enjoyable. As I said, the movie is 2 hours and 30 minutes long, and some moments I feel like do drag, especially when it's not Sienna on screen, and especially when it's not Art the Clown on screen, because the other actors are doing a fine job. The brother in this, played by Elliot Fulham, I don't think his acting is necessarily the best, but it works for me most of the part. As I said, the mom, to me, was way too over the top for me to enjoy her acting. The moments of her acting that I did like were the subtler, serious moments that she had with Sienna's actor, which I feel like worked better with this. And there are some genuinely creepy, fucked up moments with Art the Clown and his little sidekick clown. She's fucking creepy and scary as fuck whenever she appears on screen. And obviously the effects are still fucking amazing and even better than the first one. Obviously this character is fucking 100% in on fucking murdering everybody, and I love that about him. And then you get some moments where he's torturing people and it's genuinely uncomfortable, which I feel like was what they were going for, but still being creative why he isn't bothered by it. That's one of my favorite things about Art the Clown, is he can be brutal as fuck and terrifying, but he also can be funny. And I really do like the whole aesthetic of this movie, especially when it gets into the climax where it's all like these red and green, these red and blues, high contrast coloring. I love all of that, especially because they go into like this carnival, which is the best fucking place to set this. And the movie does dive into the lore behind Art the Clown, which I'm half and half about this because they really don't answer anything, but I kind of like that, how it's kind of just set up for mystery and it's just fucking weird and crazy, especially what happens at the end of this. And it's also a very good sequel, the fact that it takes place right after it in the beginning and then is a year later. It does have plenty of callbacks to the original, which I really do love. And as I said, the makeup and special effects are up 10 times here. I feel like Damien Leone has become a better writer, a better director since the first one, and I really think this one has cemented itself as being a better film than the first one is. It's longer, but I didn't feel padding at all in Terrifier 2. I really did enjoy this one. The main character is very likable and very followable. Obviously, to whether I recommend this, I have to say that it is insanely gory, and some scenes are hard to watch because of that, but it's nothing like fucking Saw or some shit, where it's super uncomfortable. The way I see it is that it's supposed to be ultra gory to be entertaining. At least that's my opinion on it. And I feel like it works in that aspect, almost like a Tarantino-wise, where the gore isn't necessarily bothersome, even though in some scene it is, and I feel like that's what they were going for. And the Art the Clown backstory and stuff is left open, but I'm fine with that, because the mystery of the character makes me more intrigued with what the fuck is going on in this, especially with Art the Clown. And as I said, the main character is very followable, even though some of the side characters were not the most engaging. I don't think I was necessarily bored throughout this. The thing is, I watched this in a theater where people were non-stop fucking talking, so it was hard for me to enjoy the moments that I didn't stand out to me because I was just pissed that other people were talking. So, of course, I don't know if those moments actually dragged. Maybe in a different setting it wouldn't have, but I definitely recommend seeing this one in the theaters. The cinematography and stuff is way more cinematic than the first Terrifier. David Howard Thornton is still fucking amazing as Art the Clown, and as I said, Sienna Laura Rivera really does stand out as a final girl in this. She's one of my favorite final girls that I've seen in recent horror movies. So, yeah, I definitely give this one a recommend for people who liked the first one and people who like horror, and it's fun to see in the cinema as long as people aren't fucking talking the entire time. So, yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. Please like and subscribe down below. If you have any other movies you want me to review, put those in the comment sections. If you have any thoughts on this movie or the review itself, please leave those in the comment section. I always like to see those. Make sure to share the channel with people. I always like to see the growth of the channel. Thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time at the Clown Cafe.